Hey there Libra, hope you're well. Welcome to your June How Does He or She Feel About Me reading. For June, I apologise for the May readings not coming out, but unfortunately Mercury retrograde decided to completely throw me out the water. Yeah, so unfortunately I had no technical things to use to get these videos up. But I'm back, so I hope that you enjoy this reading. Thank you for stopping by. So this is how your partner feels about you. This is how the person you're interested in feels about you. Okay. So we've got essentially how they feel, what they intend to do about that, what they think about the situation, how they're likely to feel in the near future, which is looking pretty good by the way, and what they felt about you recently, or what emotions they've been working through in the past, or what's kind of led up to this situation. Sorry. Let's get a drink. Okay, so essentially they do recognize that you guys have come a long way, especially with the 8 of coins being here. Then we've got the Lovers card as well, the Chariot and the Lovers. So like big decisions to be made, a lot of hard work to do, really having gone through maybe quite a lot of serious times in your relationship, times where you may have felt that you really needed to fight for your relationship, and that's how this person feels. Like they've come a long way, and that would be reiterated here because in the near past we have the 5 of Pentacles, like feeling like you don't have enough, maybe financially being in a bit of a bind. And then we've got like this movement away into more tranquil circumstances or peace of mind. We've got defending things here. So it just tells me that you guys really fought hard for peace of mind, had to be quite defensive about it, had to really stand your ground. It could be that people around you were telling you that this was not going to work, or that you shouldn't be together, that you guys should be looking for a more peaceful, you know, for some reason maybe the people around you just didn't agree with your relationship, which maybe had left you feeling quite out in the cold, and it may have actually made you guys hold on to each other a lot more. In fact, you know, them pushing you away kind of pushed you two together possibly, because it was, you know, at least it could have been you two against the world. At least you guys can offer it, you understand each other, you can reason with each other, you've got someone who understands you, you know. So it could have been like that for your partner. He could have felt, or she could have felt very much like they had to defend the relationship in some way. They had to really fight for it, possibly because of other people or for other reasons. If they had to fight it because of other reasons, I think that possibly someone wanted to move away, or someone decided that they'd maybe had enough, or had been too, you know, there was some sort of separation, and like you guys may have been just really stubbornly not getting back together, whereas you're both feeling like upset because you're not together, and trying to be really rational about things, but really, you know, you're just being defensive, and really you're experiencing a great feeling, or they were experiencing a great feeling of loss, possibly. But I do get the feeling like it's kind of brought you together. It's like you found each other through the struggles. That's what it looks like to me. So, and then we've got here kind of further looking back to see what's happening in the future, looking to see how far you've come, and, you know, knowing that you've come so far that there's no way you're going to give up now. There's just no way. You couldn't have gone through all that just to give up. And with the Ten of Pentacles here, to as further advice from Spirit, it would say that you're in a very secure bond, or this person feels very secure with you. And the advice to you as the Aquarian is to really, I think, because there's two nines here and they've got the Ten of Completion, it could be that the advice to you is to go ahead and make that commitment. You know, you could fight on your own, you could be independent on your own, you know. That's how they could see you, and that's how they could see themselves, you two being very independent individuals. And that might have caused the breakup before, like their stubbornness or your stubbornness, and maybe you're always rationalizing things and using words to kind of win arguments. Maybe it could be a fire sign that you're dealing with as well. Yeah, could be a fire sign. There could have been like a clash, fire and air. It could just cause a lot of arguments. But you're actually just hurting each other. And I think they recognise that. But in a way, it's kind of brought you together in a sense as well here, because there's two people coming together. And this person actually's got dark short hair like this guy, and this lady's got a cloak on like the lady in here. It's funny. It's as if you guys have come together. Or the advice here really is that, whatever hurt has been, if you left that person, or that person defensively decided they were not going to kind of get back to you out of defense, just being defensive and stubborn, advice here is that it's actually you coming together that's going to heal the wound. And it looks like this person anyway is determined not to give up, and is quite sure of themselves as to what they want to do. And I think once they do know what they want, they will tend to go for it. They seem like people, or this person seems like someone who's quite passionate and a person of conviction. Because there's a lot of independence here. They could see you as being quite defensive and independent as well. And maybe advice here is for you to kind of open up, accept that, the Nine of Coins is a beautiful place to be in, but it's not really the full 10. And it's also here reiterated that working together is a lot less painful than working on your own and being defensive on your own. That coming together, you'll be stronger financially, and you'll also have someone to lean on. So that's the advice here from Spirit to the Aquarian. And this is telling us what the actual person you're inquiring about is thinking. So they feel like definitely you're two maybe very individual, independent people. And I think they probably would like to take things further. Okay, so they're thinking at the moment, possibly of making a commitment, like I said, with the King of Cups here and the Ace of Rods. They would like to start something new, something serious. They do want to maybe, become more emotionally available to you. They want to open up to you. They want to commit to you. They want to be there for you. They want to support you. They want to get closer. They want that bond with you, I think. And that's what they're thinking of. They're thinking the situation. They could also be thinking that now, for some reason, there's like some sort of new start that's being offered. So maybe you guys have got back together. Although you are still very much individuals. But you have not got together, and this person is kind of seeing this as a brand new beginning. And he sees it as a passionate new beginning. So like I said, this person is probably a fire sign, or got like a fire sign rising with a strong like water element in their chart. Or be having some sort of like important transit through their water houses or something. But at the moment, they're quite emotionally driven and quite fired up about this new opportunity for you guys maybe to develop. The advice here is the Five of Rods. So the advice here to the Aquarian is, in terms of how he's thinking, remember that if arguments do come up, he may, he's a fire sign maybe, or he's quite argumentative, or he just likes to win fights, especially here with the Seven of Wands. This is representing his past feelings, being very defensive. You've got him again here, possibly, again, another defensive fire card. And it's saying here that there is a new start, there's a new love, possibly a new commitment, a new mature offer of love, someone who really will make every effort to be the best they can be in a relationship, or at least be mature and, do the right thing and stand by you and, make a mature decision to be with you rather than a frivolous, spur of the moment decision. They actually are seriously thinking about this new beginning with you, especially with the Ten of Coins here. It's a serious long-term decision that they're thinking of. And with the Eight of Coins here, again, as the overall energy, they're willing to work on this. They're taking this quite seriously, I think. But they are prone to arguments, I think. And that's probably for any fire sign, really, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. They do like to win their arguments. They don't like to be made to be seen to be wrong. Like, they have a certain amount of pride and ego, basically. So if the argument is going to be out loud in front of people, they're always going to stand in their corner. They're never going to be like, oh, well, you might be on something. They're not going to do that. The reason why I'm laughing, because I was married to an Aries, and I just trying to think of a time when, even when he was wrong, bless him, he's a good friend now, but it doesn't, no matter what the argument is, they're just never going to back down, and even if they do, it'll be like, almost like they'll be like dismissing the argument, so you'll still feel like you didn't win the argument, kind of thing. So I would just say, as this is the advice in spirit, just be careful. Just remember what you're fighting for. That's what this card also represents. You fight for what you actually believe in, not for your ego. What you actually love, not your ego. Not just to win. Not just to say I won. Not just to feel like you won, so your pride isn't bruised at all. Your ego isn't bruised at all. Pride comes before a fall. So yeah, it's just saying, just be careful about what you argue about, and just know that there is a deep amount of love here from him, but he just may have the tendency to be a bit fiery. So yeah, just remember what you're fighting for. Ultimately, you're fighting for the relationship. So if the argument isn't helping the relationship get there to that point that you want, then the likelihood is it's not worth arguing about. And they say as well, if you have an argument that will not affect you in the next, say, month or year, the outcome of the argument won't affect you, then it's probably an argument that you don't need to be having. So it's about choosing your arguments and choosing your battles, I think, with this person, because they are quite fiery and emotional as well. And they feel, or their intention, it looks like the Eight of Cups, so there's some sort of intention to move on to the next level. Again, moving on. We've got that here as well in the past, moving on. But the Eight of Cups usually talks about moving on to something better. Moving on to, it doesn't always mean the end of a relationship. It can mean the end of a phase in a relationship. But it doesn't necessarily mean the end of a relationship. And there's no other cards here that are really time something's ended, apart from the Six of Cups, but that's in the past. And then in the near future, we do have the Judgment card. But then we've got the Two of Cups to clarify with the Eight of Pentacles. So I'm just thinking, yeah, there's not really a breakup happening. So, it could be that he's thinking, he's got a lot of love for you, it looks like. A lot of care and compassion for you. So again, it doesn't look like he or she's going to be leaving to go anywhere. But they may be looking for that next thing, they're on the 9. The 9s, The 8 is all about, even though the 8 is lower than the 9, I know, but it still talks about, the 9s let us know that we've kind of reached almost a pinnacle of success here. But there is more. There is more to be gained. With the 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands are a little bit more negative, but there's still more that can come. It hasn't really reached fruition. It hasn't really, you haven't got the most of it yet. And so that could be what is happening here, is that he's recognizing that he may want to, or she may want to continue this journey with you together, but take it to another level. So especially with the Ace of Pentacles and the Judgment card, it's like renewing something, taking something that, you know, that maybe was dead before, bringing it to life. Taking something that maybe needed, and you know, like say for instance a failing business that needed a cash injection, gets that, and then it kind of finds its feet again. So there could be that kind of happening here. Hi, sorry about that. Got interrupted. But yeah, I think that this person is looking to move on with you, especially with the Hierophant card here and the Knight of Pentacles. This is someone who's thinking long term, someone who's thinking about making commitments. The Hierophant card is also talking about making commitments, serious commitments. Also falling in line, more traditional relationships. So it could be that you guys are moving in, or their intention is to move this relationship into a more serious, traditional relationship. That's what they would like to do. They want to see progression in your relationship. They want to see you grow. They don't want to, and that's quite normal for a fire sign. They don't want to really be stagnant. They want things to be moving. They want to move forward and progress. So it could just be that they want more from the relationship, and they could be really looking to see, you know, making movements more towards what's in line with their values. And upbringing maybe. Again, a more traditional relationship. But the Knight of Pentacles does move slow. I don't think this person is going to want to rush into anything. And I think they understand that it is a journey, and there's still some learning and progress that you guys need to make together as a couple before you can really move into, you know, that type of really kind of traditional relationship. Where it's like totally solid. And but again here, Spirit is advising you to go ahead and move in that direction. So yeah, I think there'll be movement in that direction. It will possibly mean a sort of letting go of the old. You could be quite comfortable with how things were. For some reason you could have been comfortable. The Eight of Cups does say having to leave something behind that you did love. So it could be a little bit scary, I think, moving into a traditional relationship for you, Libra, at this time in your life for one reason or another. But either way, it looks like if this relationship's going to move forward, you are going to have to leave something behind. You are going to have to be willing to let go of something, whatever it is. Whether it be just the freedom to just do what you want when you want. You may need to now take a more serious approach to the relationship, and there could be some sort of sacrifice there, or but no huge sacrifice. The Eight of Cups just means that you're leaving something that you love to get something better. So again, you know, you may not have to leave anything behind. It could just be, like I said, just a natural progression in your relationship, but it will be slow, especially with the Knight of Pentacles and the Hierophant. It's not going to happen anytime soon. It's going to take a little while. I would say at least 8 months, definitely 8 months, before maybe you guys do tie the knot or anything does happen. Because you're still working towards getting to that stage. So in the near future, your partner will be feeling very much like the Ace of Pentacles and the Judgment card. So he'll be feeling, or she'll be feeling like there's a brand new beginning and finally everything's sorted itself out, and all the things I've been working on in the past have finally reached fruition, and all the things I've been doing in the past I finally see the reason why I've been doing them, and it's all making sense to me now, and I want to start a new path. You know, very excited kind of feeling, seeing a brand new path opened up to them. They're not looking back. They want to move forward in this relationship. And we've got the Two of Cups here as your spiritual advice, which means, yeah, you know, go for it. It's saying that this relationship that you have, this connection that you have, is genuine. You know, there is a lot to be gained from this connection, and that it's all good, basically. It's a very, very nice reading. Although it may have been a bit bumpy in the beginning, maybe in May or the months prior to that, it's showing that you guys have finally kind of gone as far as you can in terms of being alone, and now it's really time to be honest with each other and take the relationship to the next level, albeit a slow progression. After all, it is a major arcana here and a major arcana over here, so yeah, these energies do take time to work themselves out, but ultimately a new path is being paved for the both of you, and it looks like you guys are going to be very happy together. You're going to feel very connected. You're going to feel like you're soulmates. You're going to maybe feel like you finally understand each other. You're finally no longer looking in separate directions here, but you're more like these, you know, 10 of coins here, where you're looking towards each other, facing each other, less independent and more interdependent. So moving forward together looks really good. And then we've got the Chariot card underneath again, which talks about moving forward together, and the Lovers card. So maybe, like I said, some choice needs to be made in terms of, are you going to really take this relationship forward and move ahead? You know, with the 6, you know, this energy here talks about you guys making maybe a decision to actually work together, and that decision seems to have been made. Yeah, and then we've got the Page of Swords, which popped out while I was shuffling. I was waiting to see this card. So communication is important. Remember, again, with the 5 of Wands here, it does also symbolise immature communication. Well, not so much immature, but uninvolved, I guess you could say, communication. And the Page of Swords also kind of represents that kind of immature, flighty, kind of untactful talking. So yeah, again, I think that is the warning here for you guys. The 10 of Pentacles also popped out while I was shuffling as well, and that came back into the reading. So yeah, I do feel that this is a really stable relationship, and you just need to be careful about how you talk to each other, and especially in terms of arguments. Make sure all arguments are for the good of the relationship. The 10 of Cups came out straight after that. You know, it's got to be for the good of the relationship. It's got to actually be giving you something back that helps you. Otherwise, it's really just wasted energy. We do have the Moon card as well, which to me talks more about the moon cycle. I did get a kind of message that came through, something about moon cycles. It could be like the next full moon, or you might see progression over maybe the next 8 months, or the next 8 moons. That's all I'm getting for that, to be honest. And the Lovers card, yeah, and the Chariots, moving forward together. Being determined, 2 opposite energies working together, and then having to put in that work. So yeah, that's the reading. If you'd like your own personal reading, please do get in contact with me. We can go into more depth into your particular situation. I'm going to go ahead now and just pull 7 cards from the Mirror Love Oracle deck. Just give us a bit more insight into your relationship, dear Libra. gifts. So yeah, spiritual advice is mature man. Talking about the immature, having to, yeah, I guess, man up in some way, take responsibility for the relationship a bit more. Okay, so they're learning about destiny. So yeah, they're learning that destiny has kind of come in. They kind of see this as it's all happened at the right time. It's just time. You know, this is my destiny. So they're very much recognizing that you are a soulmate. And you are seeing a new love. And then we've got the courting man. They see you as the courting man. So they may, I mean, if you are a woman, then this could just be them maybe trying to court you and trying to woo you back. And, you know, if you're a man watching this, then your partner definitely sees you as trying to woo them and be the courting man. We've then got mature women at the bottom of the deck. It's interesting because we've got the mature man as well, so we'll just put them next to each other. So you could be in a fairly mature relationship. It could be that you realise that it's just that time, like destiny. Like you guys might feel like, okay, we've been single for a long time, we've kind of made up, we've been successful in our endeavours as individuals, and now, you know, we may have come to that point in our lives where we need to maybe consider taking our relationship more seriously and maybe going down the more traditional route and making a serious commitment. That's what I think is basically being said here, and I think the onus is more on this mature man. The mature man possibly is having this real kind of spiritual growth. Whereas maybe you kind of saw it all along. They may only be coming to that realization recently. So yeah. And you're learning about the fair male. I see the fair male as quite a receptive person. Quite impressive. Hey there, Libra. Sorry about that. My battery went. I was just going to say, maybe learning about being impressionable, maybe taking more of a, or learning more about your partner and learning that maybe you could, whilst being still in very much, you know, control of your situation, the fair male would suggest that you may need to be a bit more receptive, in the sense of, yes, you have been the Nine of Pentacles, you have been the Nine of Wands, maybe very independent, very able to look after yourself, but now you're in a relationship, you may have to learn to be a little bit more submissive, dare I say it. Especially I think as a mature woman, if that is representing you, you may have, you know, come a long way and fought a lot of battles, and now to be submissive may be, you know, just not cutting it. So that could be what's going on here, because what brings you together as well is control. There is a control element here. So yeah, I would say that you may be being asked to be a bit more submissive in the relationship to allow it to mature. And that could be what the Eight of Cups is about. You may have to kind of lose that independence a little bit to gain, you know, the 10 cups. Like maybe giving up those 9 coins to get the 10 coins, although you'll be sharing them with somebody. Your challenge is gifts. So that's interesting. So gifts usually talks to me about give and take, you know, receiving and giving. So the challenge could be, you know, finding that balance in terms of gifts. Or it could be that someone is giving you gifts, you don't feel comfortable with someone maybe trying to buy your attention. It could be that gifts have been used way too much in the past to fix problems. So that could be an issue now. But I actually more see this as being an issue where you both have to recognize the gifts that you both bring to this relationship. You know, you come with a wealth of experience, you know, having been the Nine of Coins. Your partner may have come with a wealth of experience as well, being Nine of Wands. And you both need to acknowledge each other's gifts in order to move forward. So like maybe learning how to really work together and give and take and use each of your gifts in a really positive way to actually strengthen the relationship rather than it being a challenge in terms of that 5 of Wands energy where it's like, I want to be right now, I'm the best, no, I'm the best. You know, there could be a bit of that going on. And it's about recognizing each other's gifts, I think. And, you know, you see this as new love. You do see the destiny, you know, your partner sees the destiny too. And you also see that there is a new love here, and you see that there's something new to be embraced and enjoyed. And it looks like there is a brand new love with the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and the Judgment card, most definitely. And it may been a long time coming. And I think as well with the fair male here and the courting man, your partner may see you as maybe, you know, doing everything you can to court, because obviously Libra, like you guys, you know, courting and dating it's like second nature to you guys most of the time, right? Because your sign actually represents courting, dating, and relationships. So they could see you as maybe taking the lead a lot, and that might be why you're learning here to be the fair male. Maybe not to be the courting male, but to be the fair male, the one who kind of sit back, wait to see what happens, is more receptive, more reactionary, rather than action orientated. But you being a cardinal sign as well, you may, you know, again, naturally you're a game changer. You get things started, you like to initiate things. But I think you're being asked here with this new love to be a bit more receptive. Your partner does recognize that this is something genuine. Control is what brings you together. So, yeah. Again, this pretty much goes back to the 5 of Wands. It could be that you're both like fighting a little bit. You both like winning arguments. And that's actually what keeps you together. It actually adds a little bit of fun maybe to your relationship, and a bit of spice to your relationship. But actually it is seated in control. So do recognize that. That's actually what's going on here, is that it's an actual control thing. Even though it's fun and games, there is still a warning here. It still came out as spiritual advice. And I think it is saying that although it seems like fun and games and a bit of bickering here and there, actually it's rooted in control. And it's what actually keeps you to, although it keeps you two on your toes, it adds a bit of fire into that. You do have to keep your eye on things, and to remain the mature woman and the mature man. So that's the end of the reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you'd like your own reading, get in touch with me at symbolsforliving@gmail.com. And I've been more than happy to carry out a reading for you. I'd also like to introduce to you my postcards that I have here. This is the Libra postcard. I'm sending them on my website, but my website is not up right now. We've got favourite colours listed here for Librans. It's all in a really light green text, you might not see it on camera. But it's got like the Venus being your rising sign, the scales being your glyph, and it says Librans place good value on aesthetic appeal and good composition. It's all about balance, harmony and peace, as this equals less stress lines, allowing for beauty, grace, and cultivating patience and civility. So that's a little tidbit for Librans. So it's a nice little card to send to somebody on their birthday or something. So if you'd like a couple of these, I do them in all the signs. You can get in contact with me and I'll send you, I can send you a pack for every zodiac sign, or I can send you individual zodiac signs if you wish. I also do mugs with the same design. This is Gemini. And I also do posters as well. This is the Libra one, if you can see it. I do posters. All of my mugs come packaged in a box, like so, and are bubble wrapped, etc. And yeah, you can also get the posters framed if you wanted them as a present for somebody. You can get them framed like that. And they also come with white backgrounds as well. All my range is quite versatile, so if you saw some of the images and you thought I really like that on a pen or something like that, I could probably get that done for you. Or you wanted something with a white background, or you want a different colour cup or something like that, I can do that for you. I also sell chakra designs and Egyptian designs and sacred geometry designs. So if you're interested, please do let me know and I'll send you some pics. Alternatively, go to Instagram, my Instagram page, Symbols for Living at Instagram. And yeah, you'll see all my collection there, or Facebook. So until then, thank you very much for stopping by and take very good care. I'll see you next time. Bye.